not the live stream.
No, the system was all, I had to restart the today and stuff when I got in, so
Can I have Pat come in and check it out beforehand? Yeah,
it was not working.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
how did you do it? Oh, we have delay though.
Can we repeat everything we said?
Yeah, go back, yeah. Zoom though.
How's that?
Let me refresh my channel here and see.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. Okay.
Technical difficulty.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Councilman Burnett.
All right, you're up.
Thank you. You might be wondering, why is the city attorney giving a staff report that the city engineer should be giving?
Yeah.
I thought you'd never ask. And believe me, this was not a cup of tea for me. This is a whole new world for me. The city engineer basically went to New Zealand for 3 weeks. His daughter got married. And he was going to do this for this meeting or the previous meeting, but Caltrans didn't quite get all the information for all of this to him in time. And he asked, well, and the only reason he didn't wait until he got back and do the meeting in December or January is there were certain incentive payments that had to be accepted. And so he asked Todd if I could do the report, and I agreed. So quite an education for me. And I hope I don't bore you too much because I had to get into the weeds to understand what this is all about, but I'll try to give you the overview. Caltrans is cooperating with the city on a major project for Highway 166 and Highway 1 to improve pedestrian travel and make the sidewalks ADA compliant. I think we all agree this is a great idea and probably long overdue. To do this project, among other owners, I'm sure, who they have to negotiate rights of way and things like that. The city owns some property on Highway 1 that they need to obtain temporary construction easements and one permanent highway easement. They call it a highway easement. It's permanent easement. And then a number of what they call permit to enter and construct. Now, the difference is the highway easement basically gives them the property. They only want the property to maintain the sidewalk. So it's not really a loss from the city's point of view. It's actually a good thing. They're going to permanently maintain the sidewalk in front of the Royal Theater, in addition to what they're already maintaining. The temporary construction easements are the easements they need to actually do the work that's being required for this project. And they only want to borrow the property and do the work and then give it back to us. The permits to enter and construct are adjacent property that isn't necessary for the project, but it would be convenient to both the city and the public because it would, for instance, they do the improvements, but they don't want a grade differential between the area they worked and then the adjacent area. They want to work on the adjacent area to make it even to conform and so they don't cause any problems. There's technically only a benefit to the city for those permit to enter and construct areas and no burden. So there's no compensation paid or offered for those, but they do offer compensation for the permanent easement, which is a taking. It's just compensation under the Constitution, and then also the temporary taking of the temporary construction easements. So I've listed in the staff report the parcels that are involved, or say the addresses that are involved, if we're more familiar with them. Basically, it's the area in front of the Royal Theater, Amtrak Station, Vietnam Veterans Memorial Plaza, the former Al's Union property, and the Veterans Memorial Building. The permanent easement is needed at the Royal Theater. They need 2 temporary easements, 1 permit to enter and construct. This is all very documented in the staff report. The value of the offer for those easements at the Royal Theater is $10,900. That includes an incentive payment of about 10%, I believe. I don't remember exactly. Yes, 10%, 1,090. The Amtrak station is a temporary easement. valued at $700. The incentive payment is actually more than that. It's $1,000. Just one reason why our city engineer wanted to get these reports or this report done, so we didn't lose out on that extra cap. Similarly, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Plaza, that's $900 appraisal, but in addition, Caltrans is offering an extra $1,000 as an incentive if we get these easement granted. That one has to be granted by December 9th, which obviously is plenty of time. The Royal Theater is the early one. That has to be accepted basically tonight or by tomorrow for us to get that extra incentive payment. The other ones are a little bit later, but they're still before January. So we want to get this done as soon as possible. And then the former Al's Union and the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, those are the former Al's Union is $500, but again, another $1,000 incentive. And then the Veterans Memorial property, the area was appraised at $1,350. And then there's an additional $1,000 on that if it's granted, the easement's granted for December 17th. So that's about it. The city's general fund will be increased by $18,350 if the easements are approved tonight, in addition to hopefully getting nice sidewalks for the city. The incentive payments, I think, are an additional $5,000, $5,090. And that's why we brought this at this meeting rather than when Jeff could be here. And that concludes my report. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them.
If we're approved tonight, then we'll overnight it so that we won't miss the payments. And so they'll get in their office by tomorrow or the next day, and so we'll get paid there. And I assume they're also working with the private properties as well. So Caltrans is working with
Yeah,
the
they're
private
working with
properties as well.
all the
Yeah.
private places. Any discussions, any questions of Bill? Is there a motion to adopt resolution 2024-70?
I'll motion to adopt resolution 2024-70.
For a second,
I'll second that.
any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Costa Junior.
Aye.
Councilmember Robles.
Aye.
Councilmember Hernandez.
Aye.
Councilmember Fernandez. Aye. Mayor William.
Thanks, Jeff, for that.
He's back, he's back, but
Is he back?
Yeah.
A lot of detail to this.
Yeah.
It took me a little while to get to figure it out.
Yeah,
Jeff would have had an easier time, but anyway, I did it somehow.
he did good.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job. Right, we'll go to item 11, new employment agreement between City of Guadalupe and Todd Putnam as city administrator. When Sylvia's not here, so who's picking that up?
Well, Mr. Bodum shouldn't do it.
Yeah,
Um,
I did.
and-
Can I do it?
Yeah, self-dealing, not a good thing.
No, okay, go ahead.
Yes, Sylvia was unable to be here tonight, so I'm stepping in. The council actually successfully negotiated a new employment agreement with Mr. Bowden. The council made the final offer and Mr. Bowden accepted it after the last closed session meeting last 2 weeks ago. And the agreement is for 3 years from November 12th through October 31st, 2027. And the state law requires that a summary of the city official executive compensation, including fringe benefits, must be provided orally during an open session. If you remember, that's because of that City of Bell case where they were sneaking high salaries to people and not disclosing them. So we have to not only put it in the staff report, but we have to have an oral report. So I'm going to do that as quickly as possible. Just run through it. If I go too fast, let me know. As I said, it's a 3-year term. The base salary will be $170,744.12 effective as of the 2nd of November. A 6% salary increase may be granted on or after November 1st, 2025, and a 6% salary increase on or after November 1st, 2026, if Mr. Bowden receives a satisfactory or better performance evaluation from the City Council. In addition to the standard city contribution for healthcare premiums, if during the term of this contract, during the term of this contract, the city will contribute up to a maximum of 10% of any increase toward the employee's out-of-pocket costs. If it's more than that, they'll have to be renegotiated. The initials, let me take the other document, hang on. In addition to the salary increase and the health insurance benefits already mentioned, Mr. Bowden's contract includes a number of fringe benefits that are essentially the same as the previous two contracts that the city council approved. He's entitled to participate in a deferred compensation program pursuant to IRS code section 9457B, but if he does, we don't know. The city does not contribute any additional funds to that account. The city pays premiums for a term life insurance policy in the amount of $105,000. Mr. Bowden is provided with vacation, holiday, and sick leave in an amount equal to that of other non-safety employees of the city of equal tenure. And in addition, he is given 80 hours of administrative leave each calendar year, which is not eligible to be cashed out at the end of the calendar year, contract year, or termination or separation from the city, and is lost if unused. Other department heads have that benefit as well. He has the 2% at 62 PERS formula, like other city employees. And he has been given a mobile phone so that his access to the city council and other city staff is assured at all hours. Not suggesting that you test that, just, that's why he's got it, just in case. And the city does allow him to use the city's electric vehicle for city-related business, but also provides him the monthly payment of $150 as an automobile allowance stipend to compensate him for the use of his personal vehicle when he needs to use that for city business. That summarizes the fringe benefits and complies with the state law, and I'm able to answer any questions if you would love.
Any questions from the council?
Mayor,
Ma'am?
there is an error on the life insurance. It's up to, I think it's 160,000. That was changed a year ago, as opposed to 105,000.
Okay, that is not the maintenance contract, because I got that from the contract that was attached to the staff report. So, any motion will have to reflect that change.
It
Thank you for catching that.
Cost the city, really.
So we.
Yeah, it's very
Motion
little.
to adopt the resolution 2024-71 with the modification as.
To the actual contract, agreement.
Okay,
What was that number again? Sorry, as opposed to 105?
Yeah.
Okay,
so is there a motion to that effect,
I'd have to die. to get it.
including revision?
I make a motion to adopt resolution 2024-71 with the modification to the health insurance benefit to be 106,000. Life insurance,
160,000.
160,000.
Is there a second?
I second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Quincy Junior.
Aye.
Councilmember Phillips.
Aye.
Councilmember Hernandez.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaness. Aye. Mayor Julian.
Aye.
Thank you. It's like to say thank you so much.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, John.
and Appreciate working with you. Thank you.
That city.
Yeah. I can, yeah, no, I have two. So.
Don't give it over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Do that. We're done.
Okay,
Quick meeting.
future agenda items.
Yeah, you make that change.
Huh?
I will. Yes.
You see that we have the Royal Theater redesign presentation
Mhm.
flyer, or that presentation.
He's gonna provide a slide presentation plus a slide, like a handout.
He will be here then?
Yes, he'll be here in person.
Flyer for the community, just because.
I can tell him to do that.
You put it in the web?
Yeah, we could put it on the website.
Yeah,
for
I'd
sure.
like to invite as many community members as possible.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just to be as transparent as
Yeah.
possible.
We can put it on the city's website. Okay. Yeah, I'll have him put something together if he hasn't already. Oh, sure, absolutely.
I'd like it to.
I'll send it to all.
All right.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Okay, any other future agenda items?
I'm actually gonna add one, I believe. Freaked out. We're going to put an item on the 10th meeting of the 10th to propose a $50 stipend for the hearing code compliance hearing officer. Just want to give you a heads up about that. Would have brought it the last meeting, but then we would have had two different councils, one introducing it, one adopting.
Okay.
So we're gonna have the same council consider both. So we'll just, it's a really easy item.
He hasn't received any, or he or she has.
No, he's been serving as a volunteer.
Right.
And then the code requires him to serve as an unpaid volunteer. And we have to change the ordinance if we want to allow that
Okay.
stipend, so.
Any other items for future? If not, to,
We'll probably make something on the deep know
what's that?
We're not a ten item, right? I'll probably make it.
We just, what, you know what it is here?
Well, for the master funny.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yes, yes, it's already, it's been drafted.
Do we know their last date?
They said December 8th.
Yeah.
And Mr. Mayor, Chief provided me, we're working on, I'm hoping to get it ready, it should be ready for the 10th. We're working on a quick ordinance amendment to put a time limit on electric charging
Right.
stations.
Oh, yes.
And also, we're probably gonna consider changing the hours of parks being open and closed from sunset to sunrise to specific hours,
Right,
because that's a little vague, and there's been some case law on that that's criticized that it's not clear.
Hmm.
So anyway, that's coming.
Okay.
Hopefully, it's not in December, but certainly in January 14th, but. So
and the food, the trucks, that's in January.
that'll happen in January, yeah.
Larry's working on that one.
Yeah, that's why. No, I'm just kidding. You're watching Larry, just kidding.
Okay. Announcements, council, we'll go to the left side here.
I just attended the Mary Berry Turkey Thaw as well as the Touch of Style this month and had a really, great connecting with community.
Did you go to, somebody go to the mariachi?
You did?
Did,
What was that event?
can you sing a few?
Actually, I believe that we had a pretty good turnout, almost 3/4 of City Hall was filled with just for the mariachi show. Yeah, it was really good turnout, so.
That's always good. All right, I have a couple of items, I won't take too long, but I probably will. Food Bank of Santa Barbara County, I signed a memorandum of understanding to where in case of a disaster, the senior center will be used as a, what do you call it?
Hub.
A
Food
hub
hub.
for food,
hub.
not a dispensary, we already have one. But, yeah, so we have an agreement with them, we're meeting with them, in a couple of weeks to actually go over the site. But it's already been approved in terms of it, them providing food and other items in case of disaster, along with the city hall here. Guadalupe Food Bank. There's, since March of 2000, when we actually started, there's been 187 weeks of food bank services that provided by the city. The city is in agreement with the food bank. So there's, since that time, we've, the USDA commodities, we've distributed 1.2 million pounds of food. And a total of 469,000 pounds of produce. And total family served for that period from March 1 of 2020 to 11/15/24. Total family served is 11,742. Total individual service 54,800 individuals served. So it's been pretty effective.
Who's the leader of that? organization?
Everybody is.
Right?
Caltrans projects. There's in the next couple next year and a half or so, there's about 40. Including the bridge, including this work here on Highway 161 and 166. And then including the Pasadena area, it's almost $47 million
Wow.
that is coming to Guadalupe. And it's based on SBCAG. SBCAG, every year there's a new chairman and a new vice chair. Supervisor Nelson is going to be the chair this coming year, starting January 1. And Mayor Santa Barbara is going to be the vice chair. And it's very important for us to be involved in that. If we weren't involved in that, South County would be sucking up all the resources, and based on the North County representation, we receive quite a bit of money,
Finally.
because we have a foot in the door. Our nose under the tent, so we need to continue that. And that's it. So there's, one more thing. We have new members. Congratulations to you and Amelia. And maybe another 2 or 3 years, you'll come back.
He's never gone.
But I would ask, when next, on the 10th, that those newly added, elected officials plus existing, provide a little bit of an update on what they propose to do for their term. We actually have mission statements that we actually get together and do mission statements or mission goals or the goals and objectives. But I think the community, we didn't have any, debates because nobody ran against us. We're so likable. Nobody ran against us. But I'd like to have a little bit of an item for November the 10th to discuss from the new ones.
Yeah.
We know what this.
Yeah, and you'll want to be here because of the certification of the election. So for sure.
Yeah, it has to be certified.
And then you'll be there, and then I guess then I do the oath, and then
Right.
then they take your seat. And we'll have a new clerk, new council member. We'll continue.
So, and again, just a couple minutes of when you actually take the seat and oath, and just give us an update and give the community an update what they would expect of us. So that's all I had. Any comments from staff? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
Real quick, everybody have a wonderful Thanksgiving and get
Be
rest
safe.
and be safe and,
Cherish your family.
yeah, and enjoy your holiday coming up. I'll be right on motion to adjourn.
Okay. First, second.
And go Viking.
There's a motion and any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Chief.
Good.